Hello and welcome back into State Farm Center alongside Kate Constable. I'm Marshall Harris. Kalia Butler joins us shortly. And for Eastland, it's been here, done that, but not quite all the way. Eastland was back in this very same position last year. They got all the way to the state title game before falling to Hope Academy. Might want to box out the shooter. It's short. Did not box out the shooter. White lays it up and in. 4-point lead, 25 seconds to go. 16 rebounds now for Jameson White, one off the 3A title game record. 16 seconds, they've got to go. Pollock inside, baseline jumper. He's stripped by Johnson. East St. Louis comes up with it. And that might be the 5th foul for Jake Pollock. Eating up time on this drive. Now back to pass. Pressure coming. Wow, connects with Raphael Stewart. It's a touchdown.
What a throw and catch.
15-yard strike. Another steal up ahead. Miles brings down the house. A 15-0 Marshall run. Timeout Goreville.
Championship game, he's only a sophomore.
And now they catch St. Francis in trouble. Going deep for Coleman in the end zone. It's easy work. Coleman gets the touchdown. And Providence Catholic is back on the board, a 21-yard score. They had St. Francis in disarray on defense. Pressuring the ball is Yellen. Look it out to Frieders. Crowcroft going strong to the basket off the glass. It's a make. Clock doesn't stop on an inbound, so they've got to get in. Nagler's got it. Under 10 seconds to go. Pushing. Under 4 seconds. Looking to get a shot off. Nagler turns around, puts it up, off the mark, and we are headed to overtime. What a way to start the day here in Champaign. Here's the handoff. Hunter Katechuk around the edge, still on his feet, pulls his way into the end zone. Taking one last defender to the weight room. So another first down, 1st and 10 from the 24. And Brown County still has not had an answer for this running game of Lena Winslow. Wild, the lead back, tries to bust to the outside. He does, and he's headed to the end zone for a 3rd time today in the first half. 24-yard touchdown run for Aiden Wild as the Panthers continue to run wild on Brown County. Myson Johnson Cook in the backfield. Off the play action. They'll go down.
Oh, took it off.
Beast trying to find his way back across the field. He will. Will he be hawked down from behind? Still on his feet.
Oh, are you
taken
kidding?
down at the 4-yard line. A 41-yard return and maybe the play of the night for Jake Thies. He's done it on offense. Now he has done it on defense. Thies, his team-leading 5th interception, and it could not have come at a better time. Big moment for Deerfield came across Martin Luther King weekend. They lost to Lake High School. That's their only loss to a 3A school all season. It was at that point that Dan McKendrick realized he was coaching the team he wanted, not the team he had. He has adjusted accordingly. Deerfield has taken off, and now they're about 11 minutes away from playing for a state championship if they can hold on to what is a 9-point lead. Canelan will have something to say about that, though. The Knights now inside the Hassan. Will he attack Pollock again? Backs him up, gets him in the air, and dunks on him. So Jeffrey Hassan, understanding that the player defending him has 3 fouls, slowly, methodically working his way down and putting Pollock in the dunking booth.
And that's 10 points in the paint now for Canelan, and Jeffrey Hassan doing a lot of that work. But we're just really smart to go at Pollock, knowing that he can't really defend Hassan like he would want to with all of those fouls.
It's a 7-0 run for the Knights to get them within 7. Take another look.
Great footwork, the up and under, finishing with the flush. Deerfield now, the team with the scoring drought, as Cocroft is going the other way.
He will sky and lay it up with the left. It's a 5-point game, a 9-0 run.
And that's the first points on the board for Cocroft. You got to wonder if that's going to give him a spark, and he might come alive now.
And now a travel call against Yellen. Inexplicably, he kept walking after he had picked up his dribble.
And Jeffrey Hassan, I'm sorry, Jake Pollock rather, gathering his Deerfield teammates and giving them a little bit of a huddle quick just to say, calm down, we're good, let's get a stop here on the defensive end.
So Jake Pollock again with 3 fouls. Let's see if they go back to the post and try to work through Hassan. Put it on the floor as Gibson steps through. Nice up and under move. It is a 3-point game. It is an 11-0 run from the Knights of Canefield. Undefeated. They've been behind in games, but they've never lost one this season.
No, they haven't. They've won a few in overtimes. They know how to win low-scoring games, high-scoring games. Nothing scares this Caneland team, including the deficit they were in at the half.
Here's Pollock back out. Schnerman at the free throw line gets cut off by Gibson. Pollock once again, one-on-one. Yellen coming through. Here's Nagler. He's been quiet since that big first quarter. Pollock working against Hassan. He cuts him off. Schnerman had it for a moment. Now back out to Pollock. He'll put it on the floor. And a foul drawn by Gibson. And so for the Knights, that's the first on Gibson. And it's the 3rd team foul against Caneland here in the 3rd quarter. 81 seconds left to play. Deerfield trying to hold on to a 3-point lead.
And the 3-point shooting gone a little cold for Deerfield in this second half. Just 1 of 3.
Pollock rejected that time by Hassan, but chasing down the rebound is Tommy Donahue, and things have shifted in that matchup. Deerfield, no points over the last 4 minutes. Nagler gets the screen, now into the lane. Strong take, up and under, but too strong. Almost losing it was Gibson, but they'll push. Caneland on the run, going inside. The kick out at the feet and a charge as he was out of control, and a good job by Pollock there in a very risky situation.
That was a risky
Could have
situation.
been the 4th foul there, Kate.
I mean, a lot of times those charging fouls can go either way, and thankfully for Pollock's case right now, he was able to get his feet set and really execute.
Frieders will come in for Kimmy for Caneland. Again, Caneland had a chance right there to tie the game if there's no charge and that 3 is made, to get within 1 if they just get a bucket. Full court pressure for the Knights. Getting it into Donahue, and now back to Schnerman, who will work against Gibson. 6th man against 6th man. Coming to get some help, and it works. And a foul is called against Schnerman.
And Deerfield has struggled with pressure all season long. Whenever teams have pressed them, it speeds them up, it turns them over, and that's been their Achilles heel at times. The trap messed with them when Deerfield played Wheaton earlier on this year. This is a situation Deerfield doesn't want to be in.
Drew Schnerman, his first foul. Also the 3rd team foul. Caneland now under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. They can tie or get within 1. Spinning in the lane, Gibson. Carter on the move. Back out to Hassan. He puts it on the floor. Goes strong with it. And the flyby. And Pollock has looked helpless since picking up that 3rd foul.
And that's where the help defense needs to rotate over quickly, knowing that Pollock can't be physical with Hassan when Hassan's driving. And credit to Hassan just taking extreme advantage of that.
10 points and 11 rebounds. He has a double-double here through 3 quarters. Final seconds of the 3rd. Nagler will pull from 3. It's well short. An air ball. Caneland ends it on a 13-0 run. And we head to the 4th quarter of the 3A state semifinals with a 1-point game. Deerfield holding on for dear life. So the home team in this contest is Fenwick. Fenwick won the toss. They deferred, so East St. Louis will receive it first. And off the top, it's going to be Noah Sir putting the ball into play. He's a Northwestern commit, both the place kicker and the punter. He's got quite the leg on him. Back deep to receive, Ronnie Gomiller and Jamori Ware. And we are off and running here in the 6A state title game. And I told you he had a strong leg. It's a touchback.
That's the first time I've seen that happen since we've been down here.
It is.
Well, I don't want to say I told you so, but I just told you so.
And that is with the flag blowing. So there's a lot of wind out here, about 21 degrees as it stands right now. Today's starting lineups presented by OSF Healthcare. Let's take a look at East St. Louis and what they bring on offense. And I think there's one word for it. It's called speed.
Well, speed, and the second word for it is size. That offensive line averages 296 pounds. Those 5 offensive linemen, 296. Those are some big linemen that you're going to have to face. So the run game could be very effective going behind that kind of beef.
It's Reese Shanklin out of the shotgun. He's going to give it to Myron Cook-Johnson, and coming out of a cannon to tackle him on the play is Mike Murphy, the linebacker, covering a lot of ground. You take a look at the defensive starters for Fenwick.
Well, I think what's going to be interesting here is a lot of people are really intimidated by East St. Louis because their program has been so great over all these years, 25 years or more. But Fenwick is not intimidated because they play in the Catholic League, and that makes such a difference because of the competition week in and week out. So we'll see how effective it is tonight against East St. Louis.
Here comes Myson Johnson Cook again. Not much there. He does get positive yardage. 2-yard pickup. That'll make it 3rd and 8 from the 22.
Psychologically, this first drive could help both teams. It could help East St. Louis if they have a good run game, and it could affect them if they don't. For Fenwick, if they stop East St. Louis on the first possession, that's going to help them psychologically.
Tommy Thiessen on that tackle. One of the standouts for Fenwick to get to this point. And now an obvious passing situation. 3rd and 8 from the 22. Back to passes. Shanklin gets it out and broken up. Good coverage on the play by Josh Morgan. The pass intended for Cortez Rupert, the Indiana commit.
What's kind of interesting here, Marshall, was that the wide receivers were playing man up, and they were just hoping for those safeties to come up and help them. But, you know, that's showing a lot of courage on Fenwick's defensive part by saying, okay, we're going to play man coverage on the outside. We're going to help with the safeties occasionally, but we're really helping those safeties to help the run game.
Cortez Rupert, he is dynamic when he gets the football in his hands, but Josh Morgan showing you why he has several Division I offers, and that snap goes over the head of the punter, and he's trying to get rid of it. Instead, he's going to be tackled for a loss. And that is the way Fenwick starts this ball game.
Didn't we have a game like this just before where the same thing happened? A bad snap on the punt, and the other team got it? What a start to the game here.
Shanklin, not just the quarterback, but also the punter, gets in trouble here, and I thought he was going to throw it away at least to not take a big loss, but coming back to get it and making a play there were the Friars, and now they will have a gift of an opportunity here as they will start their first possession from the 4-yard line. And yes, this does have a certain deja vu to it.
Right. St. Francis and Providence had the same situation, a bad snap on the punt. And now can Fenwick take advantage of it?
Here's Jamin Williams. He's going to give it to Jake Thies, who cuts back and gets into the end zone on the first Fenwick play on offense in the game. And Fenwick strikes first, getting into the end zone, taking the lead on East St. Louis.
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say right now. Good job on the counter, but a good job by him bouncing it out, because right at the point of attack, it was stopped. And then he bounces it back, gets into the end zone. But what a crucial time it was to have that punt, bad snap there.
So now on for the extra point is Noah Sir. Again, he's headed to Northwestern. He gets that one up with plenty of leg. It's a 7-0 Friars lead. Fenwick comes out of the box and makes a statement against East St. Louis in the 5A state championship game.